Uh, Hi, this is a Wave PTX presentation. Wave PTX is a solution from Motorola for the steel sector. We have many customers using our Wave PTX solution. This solution, unlike your traditional two-way radios, works on cellular data and Wi-Fi. The advantage being that you do not need to get a frequency. The other advantage is you can integrate your this solution with your existing two-way radio if you have it. So and you do not pay WPC license fees for your uh, Wave PTX devices. Uh, we've done integration with many steel companies, so we have the domain knowledge. Uh, what I'll do is I'll run you quickly through the Wave PTX presentation for the steel sector. Uh, this solution is the area that I manage is across APAC region. We have customers in different countries using our service. Right. Uh, I have been asked to share my contact details for people who want to contact me for further queries. My email address and my phone numbers down below. Should you have any queries, please free to contact our partner or contact me directly and we can help you out. So Wave PTX. Wave PTX, like I mentioned, is a push-to-talk solution that uses Wi-Fi or data as a bandwidth. So the features that we offer, similar to a two-way radio, is group communication, like you would use in your traditional two-way radio. We also have other capabilities like one-to-one calling. Very important if uh, um, a supervisor wants to talk to the plant in charge, or they want to do a one-to-one call on the same push-to-talk device without everybody hearing it, right? Security calling head of security, for example. Emergency calling. Should there be any untoward incident, a person can press the emergency button and can call for emergency. So immediately the predefined people, for example, you could set up in the emergency call a single person or a group of people. In case of a plant, steel plant type environment, you could send that alert to head of operations, head of security, head of fire, head of maintenance. So all of those key people could be in that group. So if their emergency press, they are immediately alerted. Uh, Emergency takes priority over all group calls, so they will get alerted immediately. Broadcast call. Should we want to do a fire drill or some practice, or the head of operations wanted to speak to everybody that holds a device our Wave PTX device, they can do a broadcast call. So broadcast talks take precedence over everybody, all other group calls. And when the person using the broadcast call speaks, everybody is able to listen to it. Priority call. At times, we want that supervisors or senior management have higher priority over regular two-way radio users. So we also offer a priority call alert. In a steel environment, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of, so a person may miss uh, a call. So that's when this uh, call alert comes in. It keeps alerting the user until so if I'm calling a particular person, it'll keep alerting him until he accepts the push to talk call. User finder. Normally a steel plant is quite large. You might want to know where a particular user is. User finder is a feature where you can find using the GPS of the target device where he is in the plant. So you could use either we have a supervisory function on a mobile app, a device called Evolve that you can look at where the person is in the plant, or you can use a web-based dispatcher. The web-based dispatcher will go in detail in a few slides from now, but you can actually find a user in the plant on the Google map. Dynamic group call. Dynamic group call is, let's say you have a plant shutdown or you have an emergency and you want the maintenance team, the electrical team, the site supervisor, and all of the people brought into a quick call to make so they can discuss among themselves of the issue at hand. So dynamic group calls allows you to drag different people, create a dynamic group call, and make a group call. Geofence. Geofence is, as the name suggests, you might want to create a geofence that nobody is supposed to leave or no device is supposed to leave the plant. So you can create a geofence for the plant. So anyone walking out with a device outside the plant, you could get alerted. You could also do it that for certain senior people, their devices can be taken out of the plant, but the ones below should not leave the plant, and you could create a geofence for that. Area-based or location-based group. Let's say if a person needs help, he could create. You could create a location-based group call so that everyone in that area, irrespective of the different departments, using the device, they can all listen to the conversation. Status and custom messages. So because we're using packet data, depending on the device that you use, you are able to send images, pictures, files, photos, and videos, right? So this becomes very useful. So like I mentioned, depending on the device, if I have a machine that is down and I want to inform my supervisor or someone who's a subject matter expert for that instrument, I could send him or create a video call and send him pictures, and that person could look and guide me to repair or the machine or bring it up, get it working again, right? This, like we mentioned just now, so we can also do live video streaming. Now, the difference between this live video streaming and, let's say, for example, give an example of, let's say, WhatsApp is all of this communication, video, pictures is all sent within the closed user group. That means within the devices that are using our service. It does not send video call outside. So all privacy concerns and everything is taken care of. Especially you do not want competition to know what you're doing. So all video calls, all images, all voice communication stands within the group. Web-based dispatcher, as the name suggests, it's a login and password on a Google on a Google on a Chrome this thing, and you can then see create a login and password on the web browser or on the Chrome Google web browser, and you can see your people on the map. You can record all conversations. We'll go in more detail about the dispatch in a few minutes. Monitoring of talk groups. I can record all conversations up to 20 talk groups. That is part of the dispatcher package. Going now from the left to right, of left top to down. So we offer the PTT communication. We talked about group call, private call, emergency, broadcast, and priority call, call alert. Using the location services, because every device today has a GPS of ours. Every device of ours has a GPS location. You can find a user, you can create unique calls, you can create geofence, you can create area-based group calls. Real-time presence. So typically, if I call you on a cell phone, I call you a traditional two-way radio, I do not know if you're available or not. But with this new technology of ours, a person could create his presence, make him available. If he's in a meeting, he can create himself busy. What will happen is if he creates himself as busy, he will be able to make a PTT call, but any incoming calls during that time will not be able to reach out to him. Text messages, we already talked about this just now. You can send pre-canned messages, you can send text messages as a packet data, you can send photos and videos. And if case for device, let's say a person is traveling or goes outside, goes out in the city and there's no coverage in between, all voice communication is stored, and when the person switches on the device, he's able to receive the call. And I'll move on to the next slide. uh, so this is the look and feel. A lot of people who are used to a traditional two-way radio, they want a look and feel of a radio. So we, depending on the device, now this is a display device. If you look at it, it looks like a radio. That's what we call it, radio mode. So you can have different avatars, different icons, different names. You can have scanning, volume control, speaker on and off. You can send messages, locations, take a photographs. So depending on the device, if you choose that some devices or some of your users should not have a camera phone, we have devices for that too. I'll now go to the next call. So what we are saying is we can use any SIM card, Airtel, Vodafone, or Geo. You can use any network, Wi-Fi or cellular. You could use any device. What we called is devices from Motorola. So we call it built for purpose. That means it looks like a walkie-talkie, but works on Wi-Fi or SIM card. You can use also an Android or iOS. But an Android or iOS is not a recommended device for a steel plant. However, if a person's traveling, a senior person is traveling, and he wants to listen, he or she wants to listen to the conversation that's happening in the plant. So let's say if the plant is somewhere in, give an example, let's say somewhere, let's say in Karnataka or Maharashtra, but the person is traveling to Delhi, he can yet listen into all the conversation if he has the app and he has the right credentials. So this service, basically, like I mentioned, it can be used anywhere in India, right? Uh, you could have a mix of SIM card, like I mentioned earlier. So I could have some devices on Vodafone, some on Airtel, and some on Jio, and yet they'll all be able to communicate with each other because you're using the packet data as a pipe to have communications. Uh, Now that we're using an open SIM card, uh, what about encryption? What about vulnerability of my communication? So the solution that we offer comes with AES-256, both on the server and the device. Because we are a US company, Motorola is a US company, so we offer also FIPS 140, which is another encryption standard. Both of them come as part of the package. We also have a new solution called Makisaki. This is the third level of encryption. So the solution that you get from us comes with AS256, comes with FIPS 140, comes with Makisaki. Our solution, we are a standard-based company. We follow a lot of global standards. So we come with SOC 2 compliance from security point of view. We come with the ISO 2700 on on the software side. Our devices are ISO 9000 compatible. So we encrypt the data on the device side. We encrypt the devices on our server side, and all data that flows between the SIM and the server and back is all encrypted. Uh, should you have an existing two-way radios, which many companies do have, we have a solution, and we can talk through our partners and we can work with you to integrate your existing two-way radios to this one. So what will happen is whatever two-way radios that you have, which you're paying WPC fees, those you will continue to pay for. But the new devices that we provide through Wave PTX, there is no WPC license fee, except you'll pay for a service fee and the SIM card plan that you, whatever you choose to use, whichever operator you choose to use. Uh, so you could have, like I mentioned, so we offer up to 96 channels as part of our package. It's all in the same package. You could have different, today you might have just few frequencies, so everyone's on the same talk group, but you could, once you choose our solution, you could have one separate talk group for fire, one for safety, one for security, one for head office, one for transport, one for crane operators, and you can bring all of those talk groups into one common channel if the need. I'm sure you'll have a need for that. Plus, you can have another channel for broadcast. So if you want to do fire drills, you want to have any practices that you want to make sure that everyone listens to it, so you can have a broadcast call also that bring all your devices into the group. The TLK 100. This is a device I would recommend for your field team. The advantage of this device, if you just the look and feel, it looks like a walkie-talkie. It works on Wi-Fi and SIM. It has a high output speaker. It has a very sensitive microphone. The LED display is flushed into it, so it'll not like the display will get broken. If you used any other device, if it falls, half the price of the uh, device is in the display itself. We have a dedicated push-to-talk button. You have a volume knob. This device, uh, if you go to another package we call safeguard package, we can program an emergency key if there's a need for it. This device has won many awards, right from the design award, IF Design Award, the Red Dot from Singapore Award, the Good Design Award. So it's a very great, versatile product that has really been appreciated by our customers. Motorola is known for its quality, but this product is outstanding. So this device has up to a channel knob on top, so you can switch talk groups up to 96 channels. It has a power button, a dedicated PTT button. It has an inbuilt GPS. The battery that we have works about it should work about 8 to 10 hours. Plus, it depends on the usage, right? What you could do also, because it's a replaceable battery, you could buy a multi-unit charger. You can charge the battery separately, spare battery, and plug it in. Normally, it should work for 8 to 10 hours, so that this device, when the shift is over, the person replaces the battery and uses the new fresh battery for the next shift. So this device can be used 24/7. This is just a diagram to show you that you switch the key, and here's the 96 channels that you have, the talk groups that you have on the device. Right, this is a dedicated PTT button. This is the power button. This is the power. This is the volume key, and this is the menu key. So you can also store up to 300 contacts if there's a need to contact one-to-one individually. Uh, what are the other stuff that you would buy with this device? So this works on Wi-Fi or cellular, like I mentioned. You could buy a palm fist microphone as an added accessory. So the device itself comes with a 2-year warranty, but the accessories come with a 1-year warranty. Typically, customers buy a multi-unit charger so they can charge up to 6 devices at a time, or batteries. They use a palm fist microphone. They want to make it hands-free. They can also use a headset. There are a variety of headsets that we have. Uh, what comes in the box? In the box, you'll get the device itself, the stubby LT antenna, the belt clip, the battery door, and a charger. Right? This is what comes in the box. What is missing that you would need to make this connected? Either you connect on a Wi-Fi or you buy a SIM card of data plan of any operator, whichever best coverage that you have. If you have a need for vehicles that travel within or that move within your plant or outside your plant, you could go for the TLK 150. This device, this is the radio, this comes with the palm fist microphone, all this is in the box. This is the GPS antenna, this is the LT antenna, and this is the power cable that will connect 12 volts to your battery. So it'll cut, because this device works on 12 volts DC, and it also has reverse voltage protection. So in case by mistake someone reverse connects it, it will yet not affect the device. You can, with this, you can program the radio. You put in a SIM card, and you can, or it will work on Wi-Fi, but I guess because for vehicles, so it's best on a SIM card because it will be moving around. You can go up to 96 channels again, and you can have one-to-one or group calls. Crane operator. Many steel plants have crane operations, so that person needs to be hands-free. We'll quickly touch upon this, and we can always discuss this in detail if you have more queries than what I'm discussing just now. So this is a hands-free operation used by the crane operator. What will happen is you get the TLK 150 in the box. You need a foot switch so that it can be hands-free. So you can press PTT button from the foot switch. If there's a lot noisy environment and you want to use it hands-free, so you'll need to get the external microphone and a speaker for Motorola, a kit, a unit that will hold a key lock kit that will hold the device in place, and an ignition key. You'll also need an accessory connector that will connect the accessory pin to these 1, 2, 3 products, right? So these are the different part numbers. Our team will help you when you order the item the same, right? This is the Evolve device. This is a device I would recommend for the senior staff. The reason being because it has a couple of functionalities that is very good for the device. It has a rotary switch for the volume. It has a channel knob, same like the TLK 100. It has an emergency switch. It has a large display. So you could use this to punch in your ERP, your taking images if required. It can do both cellular and push to talk because it has a push to talk, dedicated push to talk button. This is a device that I would recommend. So also the person with the supervisor has this can find his people on the map that is on the browser of the device itself, on the Google Maps. This is the different accessories that can be bought with the Evolve. So the Evolve comes with a 3-year warranty. The accessories come with a 1-year warranty. So there's a multi-unit charger for the Evolve, which is different from the TLK, the palm fist microphone, the spare battery if you need it. So the solution that we have is solution made in India. So our development center is in Bangalore. This is the global R&D center for Motorola. They do not have any other service centers or development centers globally. This is the only global center. Our devices are resilient and rugged. The TLK 100 comes with a 2-year warranty. The Evolve comes with a 3-year warranty. We have 2 development centers, but your development happens out of Bangalore. We have an authorized service center. So should a device has any manufacturing defect or found any software defects, it can be sent to our service center in Bangalore. It will be repaired and sent back to you during the warranty period. Because we understand customers use our service 24/7, through our partners we also offer 24/7 support should any customers need help. uh, like I mentioned earlier, this solution works for both on Wi-Fi and cellular. There is no WPC charge for the for the Wave devices. We offer a pan India coverage because now using a SIM card. So whichever SIM card you use, whichever coverage they have, it could be Airtel, Jio, or Vodafone. You'll get coverage accordingly. Like I mentioned also earlier, you could use a mix. Like some devices be on Vodafone, some could be on Airtel, and some could be on Jio. The reason being, and some could be on Wi-Fi actually, depending on which devices are where, that you could choose the devices with the best coverage. Or you may not want to put all your eggs in one basket. You might choose a mix of two operators so that if there's any issue, both the operator. The other thing on the Evolve device, it is a dual device SIM card. So a customer could choose a person put his one SIM card for packet data for PTT and one for making cellular calls if there's a need for that. Its solution is easy to use, and the devices are built for the job because it has a dedicated button, has a better battery, has a better speaker. It comes with 2-year warranty. It looks like a walkie-talkie. So all those very good reasons you would like to choose Motorola devices. Also, it will be a one-stop solution for you, one-stop solution for you, because you will get the devices from Motorola, you get the warranty from Motorola, you get the solution supported from Motorola. We use our partners to help us reach out last mile uh, and to assist you in deployment. It's a very easy deployment, and we've got a lot of success stories in the steel industry. Uh, these are the two devices that I would recommend: the TLK100 and TLK150. You can also go in for the Evolve device, like I mentioned earlier. Uh, so it's very easy to manage. We can create talk groups. We can modify the needs. We can help you with all of that. Uh, this TLK150 also comes with an inbuilt GPS. So using the dispatcher, you can actually track all your vehicles or people in the field, right? So if a person has a TLK100, he can be tracked. We are tracking the device itself. If it's installed in a vehicle, you can track the vehicle. As part of our dispatcher solution, you can find the people on the map. You can record all conversations, group call conversations. We allow you to record up to 20 talk groups and for a period of 1 month. If you need to keep the data for more than that period, we would recommend that you download the voice communications that has been recorded, so it frees up the space, and any conversation up to 30 days are recorded on our server as part of the solution, right? If you do not want to record any conversation, there's an option to not record, and then you can just listen to conversation live as they go along. Video streaming, right? So it's very important at times for customers. So select a device like the Evolve device to record and live streams. Like whatever's happening in the field can be seen at the dispatcher end or by a site supervisor or a subject matter expert. So if there's a machine that is not working, a plant that has some issues, something's out of the way, you can do actually a live video call using our service. It's a one-way push-to-talk live video streaming. We already talked about the encryption, so it's AES-256 and FIPS 140 and Makisaki. So all three latest encryption standards come as part of the solution. Not many other companies or solutions can offer this. So our solution is the Geo server. We can support a large talk group. So normally our talk groups goes up to 250 users. If you have a need, we can go up to 1,000 and even higher if required. API support. So if you have a need to connect your ERP to our solution, we can help you. There's API program. You need software skill set, somebody within your IT team that can build, or third party that can build solutions around our platform. We're coming out with something called a universal recorder, where you can record one-to-one, one-to-many, because we have had customer feedback saying that they want to record more than 30 days. So this is another paid service that we're coming out with for customers that choose to record conversations because of regulatory or whatever reasons for a longer period of time. So the advantage of using Wave PTX, right? It's a Motorola supported solution. We can do broadcast call up to 3,000 users. We can add up to 5,000 users in an account. it, this solution is stable. We've done it multiple times. We have features like emergency broadcast dynamic group call, very important with our experience that I used in the steel industry. We're able to connect your existing two-way radios to Wave, so you can extend the life of your existing two-way radios. Uh, we're offering you encryption, both AS56, FIPS 140, and Makisaki. Uh, Using the SIM card, it will be an encrypted one-to-one call. We can also whitelist your SIM cards so that it acts like a virtual VPN. We can discuss this in details with your IT team if you have anything. Our solution is geo-redundant. uh, the solution that we are offering, we as Motorola is offering, is a future-proof equipment, right? Because we are now moving to 3G, 4G, 5G, right? So the solution that we have is tried and tested. It has the BIS in India approval. We've got our solution tested and approved by the likes of Lloyd's Register, Lycra. It's ISO 2700 product approved. It's SOC 2 compliant. Our devices are ISO 9000 compliant. The key benefits. So no WVC required for the devices that are using Wave PTX. There's no maintenance of infrastructure. We as Motorola will support all the infrastructure required. The warranty, the device comes, or TLK, for example, comes with a 2-year warranty. The device Access comes with a 1-year warranty. We have a Motorola service center in Bangalore, so all your devices during warranty, should there be any incident, mostly we push upgrades which are part of the solution over the air, so you don't have to send the devices back in, unlike your two-way radio. But if there's a device that goes faulty, there's some factory issue, so we could send it back to us and we could have it repaired during the warranty period. Um, oh, of course, the disclaimer being, if any abuse is there, that would not be covered. Uh, it's a very quick deployment. We can deploy the whole solution in a couple of days after understanding your solution, after you place an order. We talked about the new features like emergency broadcast, GPS tracking. The solution is highly redundant, stable, and it actually meets our Prime Minister's and our national goal of Atmanirbhar Bharat, because the solution is actually built out of Bangalore. We have we are very proud that this solution is used and sold globally, that is developed right in our backyard in Bangalore. Uh, should you have any queries, please free to reach out to me or through our partners. Thank you.